Copenhagen, the capital city of Denmark, ranks high on the list of the world's most livable cities. Copenhagen has successfully created livable transport spaces through the adoption of the bicycle strategy by the City Council, the setting of targets, and the actions of initiatives employed to achieve them. The targets set by the City Council relate to established livability criteria because they improve access and safety, which contributes to the livability of a built environment. Targets include reducing cycling travel time and increasing the share of cyclists who feel secure, in order to encourage commuters across all ages to choose cycling over the other transport modes. Firstly, separate platforms at bus stops for commuters have been introduced, and these have improved travel time for both cyclists and buses, but they have also made it easier and safer for commuters to get on and off the bus. Secondly, additional bicycle and pedestrian-only bridges have been built over the harbours and canals. The Inner Harbour Bridge has been a particular success because it has made it easier, faster and safer for pedestrian and cyclists to move between the city centre and Christianshavn. In addition, cycle lanes have been widened and the height of the curbs of cycle lanes have been increased in order to improve security for cyclists. As a result, official statistics show that the percentage of cyclists who feel safe has increased.
It's safe, that'll be a priority. A lot of cars stop for us.
According to Southworth, these transport spaces are livable because the transportation system in Copenhagen allows diverse age groups to move safely and efficiently by a variety of modes. In addition, the Green Wave initiative for cyclists reduces travel time because traffic lights are coordinated to allow continuous flow of traffic and reduce the number of times cyclists have to stop. The initiative has been a success because official statistics show that the Green Wave of Nørrebrogade has decreased travel time for cyclists by 17%. However, the initiative is focused on the main roads in the city centre, and some of the bridges, such as the Snake Bridge, are bike-only infrastructures. Evidently, the targets focus on creating livable transport spaces for cyclists because the bridges on the Green Wave initiative create a convenient access system that increases bikeability. Through the bicycle strategy, the city of Copenhagen has demonstrated a clear political willingness to create livable transport spaces for cyclists in order to achieve the main political goal of increasing the modal share of bicycle to 50% of commuter trips.
Learn how to actually use the cycle lanes, which was difficult because obviously even to turn left you've got to go to the other side of the road and the pavements and stop. So I do feel like, as we said earlier, they do need more signs to make it clearer for tourists.
The cycle account is an effective tool to support the policy decisions, and it also evaluates initiatives, goal achievements, and what residents and users think of the city, using various techniques to gather data. In terms of quantitative data, cyclist counts are appropriate because high counts of cyclists can illustrate increased livability of transport spaces. We counted cyclists manually across different locations for 10 minutes. Automated methods are better for long-term measurements, and they also show patterns for the whole year. However, automated cycle counters don't always work, and the other grouping of cyclists can lead to mixed detection and a deflation of actual counts. With regards to qualitative data, the cycle level of service is useful for assessing the quality of transport spaces because it evaluates quality of bicycle infrastructure. We carried out audits in 5 locations across Copenhagen, and all of the audits scored over 40, which shows that the bicycle infrastructure is good across the city and indicates that the transport spaces are livable. However, a potential weakness of the audit is that the score is subjective to the auditor. Politicians and officials use the data in the bicycle account to adjust and develop initiatives. However, cycling initiatives don't always represent the aspirations of everyone, because there is often an economic rationale behind these initiatives, since Copenhagen has contributed $233 million per year by cycling. These cycling initiatives also have limitations. Firstly, cycling targets are focused on the central city, and since there is limited road capacity, the increase in cyclists in the city centre leads to problems of congestion and a shortage of parking spaces for bikes. Additionally, targets such as increasing the modal share of bicycle to 50% of commuter trips, and initiatives such as the cycle superhighway, are not appropriate in places such as Orestad redevelopment area, because they are at least 7 kilometres from the city centre, and people are less likely to cycle when the distance is more than 7 kilometres, as seen from our count for Orestad. Despite a few shortcomings, the success of Copenhagen in creating such a livable transport space can be attributed to the integration of different transport modes. For instance, cyclists are able to bring their bikes on the train and on certain lines of the metro. Additionally, the bicycle and pedestrian-only bridges allow both groups to move efficiently and safely around the city. Overall, Copenhagen's success in creating livable transport space can be shown by the fact that Copenhageners choose to cycle because it's the fastest and easiest way to get around.